Hi, everyone. This is Benjamin from English Classes Online. In today's lesson, we are going to look at the basics of Duolingo English Test. And I can describe the Duolingo English Test as the easiest and cheapest Ielts alternative. So if you are intending to study abroad in any of the native English-speaking countries, such as UK, US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, or some other country where English is the official language, then of course you will be required to take a proficiency test to prove that you are proficient in the use of English. Because when you gain admission to any of their universities or colleges, you will receive your lectures in English. So that actually is the purpose of this proficiency test. And without the proficiency test, you might you might not be able to gain admission. So if you are interested in the Duolingo English Test, which of course is the alternative to Ielts, then this video is for you. And if you check in the description section, you will find a link that will enable you to join the complete training course. You know, we in English Classes Online have put together a complete training course for students who want to take the IELTS test, and also for students who want to take the Duolingo English test, which is an alternative test to IELTS. So, but our focus in this lesson will be on the basics of the Duolingo English test. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on the channel, you will be notified instantly. Without much ado, let's dive into the lesson. Let's begin with a quick look at the agenda for this episode. We have 7 items on today's agenda. Number 1, what is Duolingo English Test? 2, benefits of choosing the Duolingo English Test. 3, an overview of Duolingo questions. 4, the test structure. 5, the test setup. 6, the test process. And 7, rules and requirements of the test. Let's begin with the basic question. What is Duolingo English Test? It's called Duolingo English Test, or DET for short. It is really a digital English language proficiency test. Just as I earlier mentioned, is an equivalent proficiency test to IELTS, IELTS, TOEFL, TOEFL, and others, okay? But this is a digital one, and you will take it using a laptop or any computer system. Now, the test enables students to prove their proficiency in the use of English when applying for admission to colleges and universities, okay? Now, there are 4 areas, 4 proficiency areas of the English language, in which students are evaluated. And they are reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Now let's look at the benefits of choosing the Duolingo English Test. First of all, you can take Duolingo English Test online at your convenience. You can take it at home or from anywhere, and you can take it at any time. That's a huge benefit. Moreover, Duolingo English Test is a short test. It lasts for only 1 hour. That is 60 minutes. Unlike Ielts, which, lasts for more than 2 hours, okay? Another benefit is that Duolingo results are fast, so you can get your result within the next 2 days after, appearing for the test, okay? It's quite affordable as compared to Ielts. That's another benefit. It's quite affordable. It's cheaper, Again, it's recognized by thousands of institutions globally. Most of the institutions that accept Ielts also accept DET, which is Duolingo English Test. All right? Moreover, you can send your score report to as many universities and colleges as you want, and that is done at no extra cost. Now, let's look at an overview of Duolingo questions. First of all, Duolingo questions are answer adaptive. This means that, number one, the questions are generated at random. All right? Because you take the tests on a computer adaptive, mode of delivery. What this means is that the questions are generated digitally, and your level of proficiency is determined by the types of questions you answer. For example, if you are given the first question and you answer it correctly, the next question to be given to you will be more difficult because it will be selected from a higher level of proficiency. Now, if you answer that question incorrectly, you will be given an easier question because the next question will be taken from a lower level. So, in other words, the digital machine determines the level, your level of proficiency, and your level of proficiency determines the type of questions that will appear on your screen. Let's now look at different Duolingo question types. So we shall be looking at the question type, the subscores, and the time limit. The first one is read and complete question type, and it is meant to test your literacy and comprehension skills, which means you are awarded marks under literacy and comprehension. And the time allowed is 3 minutes. Then you have read and select. The subscores are literacy and comprehension, and the time limit is 1 minute. Listen and select. Subscores, comprehension and conversation, time limit 1.5 minutes. Listen and type is meant to test your comprehension and conversation skills, and the time limit is 1 minute. Read aloud. The subscores are comprehension and conversation, time allowed 20 seconds. Write about the photo is meant to test your production and literacy skills, and the time limit is 1 minute. Then you have speak about the photo, and then the subscores are production and conversation, and the time limit is between 0.5 and 1.5 minutes. Read and write is another question type, and the subscores are production and literacy. Time allowed is 5 minutes. You have read and speak, and the soft scores are conversation and production. The time limit is between 0.5 and 1.5 minutes. The last but not the least is listen and speak, and the soft scores are conversation and production. The time limit is between 0.5 and 1.5 minutes. Now that brings us to the test structure. All right, so we are going to look at the test name, and then we are going to look at the Duolingo English. We are going to look at the modes first, and then we look at the modes, and the mode of delivery is online, okay? Then there are two sections. And the types of questions are objective and descriptive. The duration of the test is 60 minutes, as already hinted. Then the time distribution is as follows. The first section is for introduction and onboarding, and it will take 5 minutes. And the next section is the graded adaptive test, which will take 45 minutes. And the last section is the ungraded video and writing sample, which will take 10 minutes, okay? That is the structure of the test. Okay, so we have looked at the structure of the test structure. So let's now go ahead and look at the test setup. Now, the first section, as we already mentioned, is introduction and onboarding. This section takes 5 minutes to complete, and it has to take place before the exam begins. You must use the 5 minutes as follows. First, check the computer or laptop, the microphone, the camera, the speaker. Make sure everything is functioning well. That's why you are given that time before the actual test starts. Then another important thing is for you to display your government issued ID. And your government issued ID could be the national ID, the driver's license, or the international passport. And finally, you need to make sure that you go through the rules and regulations for the test. Okay, then the second section is the graded adaptive test. This is the section where you will score marks. And then this is where all the answers, all the scoring questions will be generated. It will take 45 minutes out of the 60 minutes. And so you will need to answer the questions as they appear on your screen. Then take notes of the following key points about this section of the test. First, it is designed to evaluate your English skills through the short questions. The questions will be asked in random order, unlike in Ielts where you have the 4 modules, having separate questions. So the questions you are going to look for in your listening section, and then the reading section, the writing section, and the speaking section. They have their questions for each section. In Duolingo English Test, all the various types of questions are generated at random. They appear at random. Once you start the test, then the questions come in a random order. So you can't really predict, but all you need to do is to be fully prepared for all types of questions. And the moment a particular question appears on your screen, then you should be able to tackle it. Then the questions will level up in order of difficulty based on your performance. We have already explained it, and that is why it is called answer adaptive. When you answer a question correctly, you will be given a more difficult question in the next question. And then if you answer a question incorrectly, then the next question will be easier. Now, the next section, which is the last one, is the ungraded video and writing sample. This section will last for 10 minutes, and here you'll be required to answer one of the two questions. Take note of the following points, okay? First of all, you'll be given 30 seconds to choose between the two questions. Then you have 1 to 3 minutes for the video speaking sample and 3 to 5 minutes for the writing sample, okay? Then finally, you'll be given time to reevaluate your video samples and writing sample answers before submitting, okay? So this is how, you know, it is, okay? Now, the test lasts for 60 minutes. We are now looking at the test process, the entire test process. The test lasts for 60 minutes. That's 1 hour. Now, it's divided into 2 sections, adaptive testing and video interviews. Now, don't forget that the first 5 minutes is just for you to prepare. It's not, the test begins with the first section, which is the 45 minutes graded test, and then followed by the ungraded speaking and writing samples. So 5 minutes are an introductory section for guiding you through all the rules and requirements of the test. All right. You'll be evaluated based on your reading, speaking, listening, and writing skills, okay, which of course will depend on how you perform on the various questions you are asked in the 45 minutes adaptive test. Now, the last 10 minutes consists of an ungraded video interview where you will be answering some open-ended questions that will be recorded, okay? Then, rules and requirements of the test. The first thing is that you have to be sure that you have your ID, and it must be an ID, an identification issued by the government, such as a passport, a national ID, or a driver's license. You need a stable internet connection and a browser that works with the test. Then you need a well-lit, quiet area where no one can disturb you. As I said earlier, you may decide to take the test even from the comfort of your room. Only you have to make sure that it's a well-lit, quiet area. And then throughout the period of the test, nobody comes into the room or goes out. You should make sure you have the entire space all to yourself so that the process of your test will not be jeopardized. Now, a computer with a built-in front-facing webcam, speakers, and microphone, you have to make sure you have all this, okay? Then you also have to make sure you don't have any earphones because they are not allowed to prevent cheating. Okay, so this is where we draw the curtain on today's video. We have been looking at, we have actually been looking at the basics of the Duolingo English Test. And as I earlier mentioned, it is the easiest and cheapest Ielts alternative. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share the video with your friends and relations. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, this is the appropriate time for you to click on the subscribe button below, and make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on the channel, you will be notified instantly. Now, we have put together a complete training program for those of you who might like to take the Duolingo English test. We have a training program for Ielts candidates as well. But for the purpose of this lesson, we have included a link to the training program in the description section below. So if you are interested in joining our complete training course, you simply click on the link below and you'll be able to sign up for the training program. Here in English Classes Online, we demystify the task and simplify the entire question by showing you the simple procedure for answering each question, and also helping you to practice until you are adequately prepared. And our goal is to prepare our students to such a level that when they enter the test or the exam, they feel comfortable and confident because they know exactly what they are going to do. Okay? If your interest lies in the Ielts test, then you can comment in the comment section below, and I will send you a link. Of course, if you browse through the entire channel, you will find an introduction to the Ielts test, and there you will also find the link where you can comment on the comment section below. So I will just send you the link so you can join the Ielts. But if you are interested in joining the Duolingo English Test training program, you click on it in the description section. Now, we have some free PDF, a free PDF ebook titled The Basic Units of English Grammar. If you're interested in it, you will find the link in the description box. Just click on it and grab a free copy of that ebook. There are other ebooks that you might find quite useful. One of them is Good Success in English, a complete study package for effective English learning. If you are interested in getting a copy for yourself, just click on the link below in the description section and you will download a copy for yourself. There are other, ebooks, and some of them are, skill development ebooks that will help you to acquire skills. If you are an English teacher, whether you are retired or still working as a private school teacher or a government-owned school teacher, you might want to set up your own online teaching business and do exactly what I'm doing here on this channel and on other platforms in order to create for yourself multiple streams of income. Then you can take my blueprint and be able to set up your own online teaching business. So you might sign up for our training program. If you are interested in it, again, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Simply say, I'm interested in joining the online teaching business training program. You want to learn how to set up an online teaching business. If you are working right now, you might do it part-time, and it becomes something that you can fall back upon when the rainy day eventually comes. It becomes something you can fall back upon when you resign from your job. or when you retire from your job, or if you are declared redundant. Of course, in today's global economy, millions of people are losing their jobs because of the economic situation. So there is no job security anywhere. And that is why it becomes necessary that you look for a way to create extra source of income for yourself, and also create and grow an online business that you can fall back upon when you retire. If you're already a retired school teacher, or a retired civil servant, a retired worker in any field, or if you are an entrepreneur, a sit-at-home mother, whatever may be your profession, in whichever field of life you are operating, you can do this online business easily and comfortably. You can do it as part-time, because an online business is something you can do anytime, okay? You can wake up in the middle of the night and do some work. You can wake up early in the morning and do some work. You are not actually restricted to giving time, like offline offices open at 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. and closes by probably 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. as the case may be. All right. No, online business can be done anytime, and that actually gives you the opportunity to do it even part-time. So this is where we draw the curtain, as I earlier mentioned. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, kindly leave them on the comment section below. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of today's episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Goodbye for now, and remain blessed.